When the conflict in Ukraine will end, no one can predict. Washington continues to supply Kyiv with weapons. Zelensky, in turn, wants to use them to strike Russia. He plans to present his peace formula at a summit in Switzerland soon. Meanwhile, there are problems within Ukraine again, all due to the updated mobilization law. Note, stricter repressions await Ukrainians in 60 days. Let's break it down step by step. My name is Daria Rashko. Hello. Empty streets, people hiding at home or spending nights at work to avoid representatives of the Territorial Recruitment Center. The scene often resembles a horror movie. This is how Ukrainians will remember life from May 18th.
Move over, Kyiv. There's no one here. May 18th, 2024, demobilization. 60th station, Chaika Beach. Not a single man, not one. People. People.
These scenes just radiate friendliness.
So imagine I'm walking through a private sector. Went for a run, health track, 2 TCC guys, and a cop, a woman. And now you just walk towards them, some document check, and then you're off to the TCC. Turn around and pedal away immediately. I mean, it's...
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They had guns. They don't even bother to pull me out of the bus.
They catch people on the streets, at tire shops, beat them up like this voluntarily. People are going, or rather being forcibly sent to the front. So, let me remind you, within these 2 months, absolutely all conscripts, regardless of whether you have a deferment or not, must come to the TCC and check off their address and contact number. The procedure is semi-voluntary, whether you want to or not, no one cares. If you don't show up, a fine will come along with the summons to the address initially given at the military office, and it will be considered delivered. Besides, everyone must carry their military ID. Well, the law is the law, but Ukrainians are not thrilled about it. No one wants to fight. Ukrainians, first of all, don't understand why and for what. Secondly, everyone knows perfectly well what's really happening there. And all these scenes with the military office working off Western weapons look, to put it mildly, cheap and do not paint their so-called government in a good light. The conscription age has been lowered by another 2 years. Now they take from 25, training lasts only 3 months. That's by law. In reality, they hand out weapons, show where the trench is, and that's it, you're a real soldier.
We're talking about at least 200, 300,000 people he needs to mobilize. People are fleeing the country by any means possible. Some swim across rivers, some run through fields and minefields, some pay money to leave the country. I think about 80% of people want to leave the country today.
Recently, Romanian border guards found a man's body in the Tisa River. He wanted to escape, and this is not the first case. People are burning their cars to prevent them from being confiscated. For the needs of the armed forces, this is one of the innovations. The term limited fitness no longer exists. Tuberculosis, cancer. Men with mild mental disorders are suitable for rear work. However, who and how many are sent one way, it doesn't matter. They fight to the last.
I've been serving for 11 months. During this whole period, I haven't seen us get proper support.
It's no secret anymore. Ukraine is suffering heavy losses, especially now in the Kharkiv direction. And Zelensky blames the whole world for these losses. He always feels shortchanged. The question is how much he and his close ones have pocketed. The Pentagon reports the disappearance of 12% of military aid sent to Kyiv since the beginning of this year. And how much more will disappear? After all, bribes for deferment and cover-ups haven't been canceled. So while some are making money, others are counting the days until they are sent to their deaths. The economy is already in decline, and now employers are required to personally bring their employees to the military office. It doesn't matter if you're on vacation or sick, the summons must come anyway. Many are quitting. So who will work then? You're either at the front or hiding.
People are afraid to officially return to work. I'm telling the truth because it's a real problem. We're now trying to shift more towards women. And for professions that were usually male-dominated, women are now being trained to cover the needs of utility companies and critical infrastructure enterprises. This hits Zelensky's ratings, the government's ratings, and the economy of enterprises. I don't know how they will work under such conditions. Zelensky is on the line and dragging all of Ukraine with him.
An interesting situation is unfolding. The new law does not apply to law enforcement officers, judges, ministers, and their deputies, or deputies. And what about Zelensky? Grateful Ukrainians have posted a petition on the president's website suggesting he be summoned to the TCC. However, it was quickly removed, probably fearing people would support it. No one considers him a leader anymore. How many promises did he make?
In the next 5 years, I will do everything so that Ukrainians do not cry. Thank you.
But they say promises are kept for 3 years. Apparently, Ukrainians will only get a piece of paper inviting them to the front. All this looks more like a circus, where the main clown tries to fool the whole world, and frankly, he's doing a poor job. A global peace summit is coming up, where Zelensky wants to present his peace formula. It includes the capitulation of Russia, and this against the backdrop of obvious failure. Admit it, it looks comical. The West is already quite tired of Zelensky, but until they give the go-ahead, nothing will change. After all, he who pays the piper calls the tune. So dear ones, hold on.